In the case against Casey Anthony, a judge is allowing the state to seek the death penalty. The defense fought that decision today in court, but the judge ultimately upheld that initial decision. News 13's Mark Jenkins is outside the Orange County Courthouse with what happened during today's hearing. Mark?
Yeah, Casey Anthony back at the courthouse today, but this time she broke down into tears with the mention of her daughter's name. Let's listen in.
And all of the evidence that the state has adduced is no matter what people have said about her, they all say that Kaylee was happy and healthy. Women are often...
And the defense said just because Anthony had a promiscuous lifestyle doesn't mean Kaylee wasn't well taken care of. The defense set out to prove the state wanted the death penalty because it has a gender bias. Defense called to the stand a law professor from the University of New Mexico. She studies cases of gender and capital punishment and says women who lead deviant lifestyles and are often just plastered all over the media definitely have a disadvantage.
So I think that the deviant mother is in trouble. Now, the deviant mother may be a perfectly good mother, you know, just as a father who has affairs or gambles may be a perfectly good father in terms of providing for his family, in terms of showing up at Little League games. But if we're talking about a woman defendant, and if that woman defendant was deviant, from whatever the culture is, yes, she's likely to get tagged for it and be very difficult to defend successfully. Yes, I think that is right.
Generally, when fathers kill their children, it's in the form of a non-intentional felony murder. Generally, it's aggravated child abuse leading to death, the rage kind of killing. Generally, anecdotally, the court, in its experience, can find that most of the time when women kill their children, it's a more premeditated act, but usually accompanied by some significant mental disorder.
And prosecutors say this case different because Casey Anthony does not have a disorder. Now, the defense may have played that gender card because they didn't know why the state wanted the death penalty. Prosecutors initially saying that they wouldn't seek it, but later changed their minds, saying aggravated factors came to light. Well, they weren't telling the defense what those aggravated factors were, and the defense was saying that they weren't given adequate opportunities to prepare for this trial because they don't know what information is out there. So the judge is stepping in, giving the prosecutors 10 days to release all that information to the defense so we could learn a little more about the prosecution's case against Casey Anthony here in the coming weeks. Christine, back to you.
Mark, we saw how Casey got emotional. Was George and Cindy in court as well, and what was their reaction?
We didn't see George there today. Cindy was there sitting with a friend from church. You could see Cindy a couple of times with her hand over her face, head down, just kind of praying as the judge was reading out his orders. We did see her as she came in. She mouthed the words, "I love you," to Casey Anthony as she was sitting with her defense attorneys. So definitely this family sticking together here in one of their toughest times.
All right, News 13's Mark Jenkins outside the Orange County Courthouse for us.